Hey there, welcome to the week 13 video overview and the beginning of chapter 6. Chapter 5, we defined all the trigonometric functions in terms of a unit circle, a circle with radius 1, and we had x was equal to the cosine of an angle and y was equal to the sine of an angle, etc. Chapter 6 talks about circles of any radius. So the radius doesn't have to be 1. We call the radius r. And it turns out the formulas are very, very similar. Now we have x is equal to r times cosine theta and y is equal to r times sine theta. Because of the symmetry of circles, they just expand by a factor of r. We can take those equations, x equals r cosine theta and y equals r sine theta, and actually just solve for cosine, and we get the old formula: cosine is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse, and sine is equal to opposite over hypotenuse, which I know many students have seen before. Those formulas work only for quadrant 1 angles, and in general we have x equals r cosine theta and y equals r sine theta. In fact, if you only remember 3 things about trigonometry from your entire semester of precalculus, 2 of them should be x equals r cosine theta and y equals r sine theta. Those formulas are used all over the place. If you ever take a course that involves trigonometry, you're going to be doing x equals r cosine theta and y equals r sine theta. What's the third formula, you ask? Well, it's the fact that 360 degrees is the same as 2 pi radians. Because everything is done in terms of radians, you have to convert all degrees into radians. So that's the third formula. If you only remember 3 formulas, make sure to know how to convert degrees into radians, and make sure you know what x and y are in terms of a circle of any size radius r. There are some smaller objectives about finding perimeter and area of segments of circles, and we do more practice on radian measurements and things like that. We also have a bunch of application problems. In other words, we have a bunch of word problems involving trigonometry. So take a deep breath. Remember, to do any of these word problems, you have to read the problem several times and try to organize the information that's given to you, usually in a picture form, maybe a chart, something like that. Make sure that you label your picture or chart with all of the given numbers and also with the needed variables for the problem. And remember, ask questions. You don't have to do these alone, so find a partner, ask a math lab tutor, ask me if you're feeling uncomfortable about any of the word problems. With most things in life, with most activities, you get better the more you practice and the more assistance that you get. So just kind of keep that in mind. Well, I don't need to talk about much more. You guys know the routine by now. So get going, make sure to ask for help when you need it, and I hope you have an enjoyable week. Great, thanks.